Welcome back to this week's live YouTube live and the podcast. We got we got one of my buddies in here. We're waiting on the other one to come in, but Mr. Mike Green, he actually has a YouTube channel also. It's called The Mike Green. So, welcome The Mike Green to the YouTube channel.
What's going on?
Our other buddies here are gonna let him get his camera adjusted. Good. Oh my God, that Joker's sitting in the lazy boy.
Come on.
He can't comment yet because I ain't brought him on yet. But that Joker is sitting in a lazy boy. He's in the holding room. That's probably why he was late. That Joker was asleep. All right, I'm bringing him on.
Okay.
Man, look at the couch, man.
Hello.
What's up? So, second
What's
buddy,
up,
Matt.
Hey, Mike.
Welcome to the Waterfowl Den. Y'all never been on the Waterfowl Den before, so welcome to the Waterfowl Den. I meant moving my pliers early, taking away from my boat. How y'all doing today?
Doing good, man.
It's a good time. I was indeed taking a nap.
I figured you done fell asleep. That's what happened last time.
It is getting old, man.
I'm older than both of y'all.
I don't feel old, but people try to remind me that I'm old.
Man, that fog this morning got me that's when I feel it. I take my extra dose of vitamin IB. But today, fellas, we are Thursday. We're 2 days, well, two and a quarter days away from opening South Carolina waterfowl season. And I know at least one, maybe two of y'all still in rut season.
I'm honest with you. These $3 have got me messed up, man. So it's gonna be hard. But luckily, if they don't show up on my camera between today and opening day duck season, I'll be okay. But if they show up,
oh, here it comes.
It's gonna be tough.
Here it comes, Matt.
It's gonna be tough. But hey, I made a commitment. I'm going duck hunting with my homies, man.
I know where you live because I got to pick you up, so I'm gonna beat on the door regardless.
I'm gonna camp out my ground blind. You never know where I'll be. I did think about that because if you look at the timeline between the buck movement at the place I hunt over there, they move all day, like all night, all night. There's no time where you could look on that thing and kind of break it up and see where you could slip in and get into the blind without spooking anything. There's something in there every 15 minutes or so. So what that tells me is if like a deer disappears between 15 minutes of where the camera goes off and then they disappear, they're not far. They can't be. So and then they come back and they feed for another hour or whatever. So I was like, man, that's the hard part. And then the bucks come running through. So I was like, the best thing to do is just go in one afternoon because they don't move between like 3 and 4:30. So I'm like, all right, I can go in there, but then I'll have to spend the night if I want a chance at a buck if you don't show up that afternoon. But
you be asleep in there snoring like crazy.
That'd be dumb.
And then be flopping around because you be uncomfortable.
It's not too bad. It's one of those big old bull blinds.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Matt knows how it is, man. Once you shoot a big one, it's over. It's like, man, it's hard, man. It's especially and then it's that fever. It'll happen to you one day, Randall. You'll know. I mean, we all love duck hunting, but I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's something about horns, right, Matt?
I don't know. I've killed a few pretty good deer. I'm looking at them right now in the living room, but I'm just ready to be on the water Saturday morning duck hunting.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. Like I said, I love it all. I love it all. I mean, it's not just. I mean, if I had to give up something, it'd be really hard for me to figure out what I wanted to give up. Turkeys, it's a no-brainer. I'm not giving up turkey hunting.
No.
But Duck season. I mean, I've had a lot of good memories. Duck season, duck hunting between you guys and my dog. So deer hunting would probably be the one where like, okay, I could not hunt as much, but I gotta feed my family too. So
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if y'all. Yeah, I know both of y'all are on the phone, so I don't know if you can see on the left side. Probably there is a comment field where people do comment. So hey, Jeff, and I struggle with this one account is FOONUS, and I know I think that's a cow. He comes on here all the time, and I struggle with that name, Funis. Well, he says the ponds are already frozen up over there where he's at. He's in Canada.
oh, nice.
Yeah. So maybe he could do some kind of scary dance tomorrow to push the birds. I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh man, I'm excited because I mean y'all know why, because I've sent you all those videos about we're hunting at the west. I mean it is on the coast too, side. So I mean it's not too far. So there's possibilities.
Yeah, it's down there at Lake. Man, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
So, and if nobody ever knows where that came from, that is from TK and Mike. Rest in peace.
I love TK.
Man, that was some of the funniest stuff back in the day when it came out on VHS. I love their skits. But
what I got here is the waterfowl widowmaker.
The old WW.
Yeah, my buddy Alan talk about them all the time.
But last year we hunted together. We did opening season all the way to the end of the last weekend, and we went a bunch of places. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of sleeping. Some of us had some really good food, and man, I'm just ready for this season. So let's talk about the last season. We started out, and I am glad that y'all are not picking this place for opening season this year. But we started out, hey Jay, we started out at a place where you have to walk 1.25 miles in and 15 miles back.
Yeah.
It is literally the easiest walk in. And I swear to you, it's a grade that you would never know that you're going downhill until it's time to go back. And that is the worst walk of any place I've ever been to.
Yeah.
I swear I'm going to quit duck hunting every time we go.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to wear your waders walking in there.
I missed that the first time.
You think it'd be bad if we all got bikes? Would it be just as bad?
I don't know. See, I asked about that. So I asked my game warden buddy, I said,
you can ride bikes.
The bikes are now allowed if it's a class 1. What is a class 1? Because when you look it up on the internet, it says no gas pedal or no throttle cable. But when you look it up, you don't find any bikes that had that. And I think they're kind of confused at it as it also, what is a class 1 electric bike? What is a class 2? But I do enjoy going to that spot. And it's a public spot. So we have to get there at like, what we get there that opening day, 2:30 that morning.
Yeah, it's really early.
Yeah. I mean, it was way early, but I don't know if I could spend the money on one of them bikes.
Nah, not. I mean, if you was like, I guess if you're dedicated like we are kayaking, and your hunts holes, you're dedicated to do it. I mean, I guess it'd be worth it, but we don't do it enough.
So Jeff commented he's in Nebraska. I'm 100 about 99.9, and he said there's a big push going on as we speak. It's snowing in the Dakotas today, and the birds of all kind are on the move. So
nice.
I mean, I did watch where that weather came in Seattle and really put down a lot of snow and all kind of stuff. Hey,
Sweet.
Jay. But yeah, we started there, and then we went all kind of places kayaking, and that's one thing that we do a lot of is kayak duck hunting. We lost Matt there. I wonder if his phone rang. But we do a lot of kayak duck hunting, and of course, his camera goes out right when I was fixing to say something about kayaking, and you cheesing because you know what I was gonna say.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, you do.
You make it.
Well, we can hear him talking, but he lost
Oh,
his
sorry.
video.
Sorry.
But
Talking to my wife. Sorry. Go ahead. You talking about kayak?
put your video
Camera's
back on.
off. There
There
you
you
go.
go. So if Matt picks the spot of kayaking,
It's only 100 yards.
it's only 100 yards. It is never 100 yards. It's 100 yards where he thought it was, plus another 100 yards, plus the end zone, plus the locker room, and then 100 yards.
I mean, dude, this is hunting, man. I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, we ain't playing football, and we ain't measuring yards. We're trying to get to where the birds are.
Maybe that's the problem. We're not playing football, so his yardage is off.
That's it.
I'm gonna
Well,
need you to start.
sometimes them good spots you got to paddle a long ways, and if I tell you how far we got to go, you're gonna be like, "No, man, I don't want to go that far."
That's not true.
Man,
You know what he does, right? Randall, we get there first, and we secure the bag. You know that's what we say. We secure the bag, and then Randall just tallies on. Just meanders till he gets there when he gets there.
I mean, y'all got like Cadillac kayaks. I'm back here in a Pinto. There's a lot more weight being dispersed over the water.
Dude, I'm kind of worried because I have lost a little bit more too, man. I'm gonna be freaking motorboating.
Well, I'm gonna hook a strap to you.
I thought you was getting it registered so you could put a trolling motor on it.
I haven't got that far. I've been
Well,
busy, man. I can't keep vehicles out of the shop. My wife won't allow me to keep vehicles out of the shop.
it'll be a good race Saturday once we put in and see who gets there first.
Well, it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah, just
I don't
bring me
know.
a cup of coffee.
I'm kind of curious to see how this spot is on opening day.
Wait a minute, man. We still on last year's. We can't skip the opening day yet.
Oh yeah.
So one of the big adventures that we had, we did go to the Outer Banks, which me personally is my favorite place to hunt. But we about died last year. Actually, I think I that's about the closest I think I ever been to dying.
I felt like it was close. It was close.
You know, poor Matt, that's the closest I think I ever seen anybody in my eyeballs ever to be like waterboarded.
Yeah, it was pretty bad for me in the back of the boat.
So Philip commented, he said his son's in South Dakota. Same thing, big push today. That's good news because that cold front's being pushed all the way across. So maybe
Nice.
not the opening, but maybe towards Thanksgiving we might get some of that cooler weather for sure. But let me build the background, catch the people up. We finally talked Mike into going to Outer Banks with us. And so we go to Outer Banks.
I had a blast.
First day was a really good hunt. Really good hunt.
I won't ever forget it.
So told Mike, you get the first bird that comes in. And before we leave, I said the only bird I want is a clown face bird. So we get there, we get set up. First bird, Mike goes, pow! Bird drops. What I say, Matt?
Oh, instantly. Oh, it's a clown face. He got him.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. The only bird that I wanted. But besides that, It was a great hunt. Matt brought his cooker, man. He cooked his breakfast, lunch, Scooby snacks in the middle. Amazing, amazing day. Pretty sunset. Um, I don't even remember how many birds we got that day.
We had our limit. All of us had our limit.
It was a lot. I know
I want
that.
to say, plus. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, we had a really good time for us South Carolina boys. I never saw birds like that before. So
That is true.
it,
It was a great day, and I love the Outer Banks because the water's so pretty.
yeah.
I mean, it's for the most part, it's only like knee to waist deep for the longest. I mean, about as far as you want to walk. But we go get supper that night. Really good supper. We get the notification that the next day may be a little windy, and as a duck hunter, we do want a little bit of wind. Them no windy days typically stink.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a little bit more than windy. So we get out there, man's on the boat, and the motor was running.
Running late.
He might have been a little bit late, but the motor was running on the boat. We pull out, and the motor cuts off. He cranks it back up, motor cuts off. We switched boats into this. I think if we added, say that
Stump
again.
knocker is what they call it. I believe it's a stump knocker.
I was going to say if we took all our ages and added them together, I think that's when that boat was made.
I think Gilligan's Island rode, or Gilligan rode on that boat.
I would almost agree with you. When I say this boat was wood, it was a wooden boat.
It was, man.
It was a wooden boat. But the steering wheel was not a steering wheel. It was a boat paddle that was also wood, and the paddle went straight up, and it was connected by strings to pulleys all the way to the back of the boat. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So we get out there, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 25 to 30-mile-per-hour winds. It was white capping like crazy. Yeah. And we take off, and as soon as we hit the main water out of that little jetty, poor Matt in the back, he looked like he was taking a shower. You know them showers where you walk in and there's like 6 shower heads in them fancy hotels? It's got the rain down and the ones coming out the wall and the jet. That's what it looked like when I looked back and saw him.
Yeah, I was soggy by the time we got to the blind.
I mean, all you needed was a camera, and he would have looked like somebody giving a hurricane report on the Weather Channel.
You know what? A lesson I think we all learned on that one. And don't ever listen to me again whenever it comes to raining. Tuck your stuff inside your waders.
Well, that's true. That is true.
I was like, why did they listen to me today?
So where he was going with that is, I had to take my jacket off to go to the bathroom every time I went with my waders. And he's like, well, if you put your waders on the inside and tuck it in, you won't have that problem. And I'm like, that's a pretty good idea. I never really thought about that. And that day I'd done it.
Yeah.
So what happened was all the rain and all the waves that were coming over the boat. And I'm talking about waves coming over the boat. I got wet. But nowhere did I get as wet as Matt did.
No, I had to dump my waders twice and was still wet.
That was super wet. I think I was second and you were third.
Yeah, that definitely was the case. But where I thought we died was we're going. I mean, it was probably borderline looking back. We may or may not should have probably been out there. I mean, there was wind advisory and everything else. It was questionable. I think the other boat definitely would have handled better, but we're going out there and we're going wide open. And you ever been on a jet ski when the jet ski's going and then you take a 90-degree instant turn? Yeah. That's what happened to us. And this wasn't a little boat either. I mean, what would you say? 18-foot, 20-foot boat.
Yeah, it was wide.
Yeah, it was at
Yeah.
least 18.
I mean, how many people were in that boat?
Too many.
4, 8. There was 3 groups, wasn't there?
3 groups of like 4, and
Yeah.
plus
And
the guy.
The guy. So when we hit that 90 degree and that boat whipped us all and threw us all I thought I went over the boat. I honestly did. And it was just rain and water. And I looked up. I really thought that we were all going to die. It was pretty close to dying. But we get to the blind. Everything we had was beyond wet. The propane heater, the little buddy heater, picked it up, water poured out. Your brand new box of shells that you bought for that day all looked like they were floating in water.
Thank God they weren't migrants.
So so we get there. Matt starts getting butt naked, and it was cold too. Now, I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was cold.
It's definitely cold.
I mean, I don't think it was freezing, but it was definitely between 35 and 40 degrees. Mm-hmm. With on top of the wind blowing the way it was blowing. But he's taking off clothes. We're trying to dry things. The heater wouldn't fire because, you know, it felt like it'd been at the bottom of the Titanic there for about a week. And we finally get it. Matt's starting to get dried off. And then you shoot. And it was like a tud. I mean, it didn't even go boom. It was like tud. I guess because the shells got so wet that they made a barrel obstruction in your gun. Now we're taking your gun apart. But we got a couple birds that day. But that was a wild day for sure.
Lost some. Yeah, that day is over with.
Yeah.
But I think you boys know, I like, even my wife and girls know, I like to be on time anywhere I go. It doesn't matter. And then to see what we do here, we get there early, even if it's on private somewhere.
Yeah.
We get there early and we get set up and we're chilling, right? And we wait for the sunrise. I mean, because that's a big part of duck hunting. But when we're watching the sun go up, and we're not even there yet. I mean, that bugged me, man. Y'all know it did. Y'all make it. I know y'all
it was like we should have been out here already.
We wouldn't have had this problem. We were already, 3 hours early. We would have been here already. Everything would have been taken care of. Everybody would be happy.
Some of them guys out west, hey, they don't even start hunting till the sun done come up.
Yeah.
But where we are,
you gotta get there.
You gotta get there because once the wood ducks fly, that might be the only bird you get to see that day.
Yeah.
But we went to a couple of new places last year kayaking. We found some new spots. So
we put in
I
some
think
miles.
all in all, I think we had a really successful year last year.
Considering, yeah. I mean, like I said, we put in some miles. Saw some cool stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%. We put in 110%. We put in the miles, and that's one thing. Us living in South Carolina, we have to drive.
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally we look up where we live and get on some birds, but we are not. I don't never see anybody on Facebook or YouTube talking about, man, I can't wait to go to South Carolina and go duck hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, typically, if you think South Carolina, you're thinking monster bucks. Our state does bring in a lot of people. Yeah, our state does bring in a lot of hunting for deer.
Yeah.
But, one of the three of us, well, two of the three of us did teal hunt. Somebody was still in that buck rut. Raise your hand if you teal hunted. Oh, he should have been with us, shouldn't he, Matt?
Should have been. It was a nice day.
It was a nice day.
You think they're still there?
I believe some of them are. Yeah.
I think it's going to be totally different once them private flooded impoundments are
Yeah,
filled. I think that'd be 100% game changer. 100%.
gotcha.
And one day, one of us may become rich, and we can have a flooded impoundment.
Be nice.
Well, the way things are looking in the cryptocurrency world right now, we're headed there, Matt. You just got to hit it right.
Yeah. Hey, we all get lucky every now and then, last year Matt was like, "Hey, we're going to this spot and we're gonna put out wood duck decoys." Man, they are not gonna come to them decoys, man. We just wasted time. I'm still eating them words.
You are.
And you
Are
know
you
who
talking
was it?
about? You talking about when the water froze and they came to that spot, and when I was at church and y'all sent me the video or the picture?
Yep,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild.
it is crazy.
But you know what to do now. If you know it's going to freeze, you know exactly where to go.
I agree. I agree. So, still talking about this season here, one of us has got a nice buck this year. So, who would that be? Raise your hand. Yeah, tell us about that one.
Matt got one too, though.
I mean, he was a good deer, but he's not the
Like
main one on my hit list I've been chasing.
so when
Mike
we
got a
talk about it,
Mike got a nice one.
Mike did get a nice one.
I shot a good 9 point behind the house. I've got pictures of him for 2 years, and um, just watched him. I would be hunting on another piece of property last year, and he'd be over here, and vice versa. And well, this year, man, it was one of those crazy hunts, and it usually happens. So if anybody's watching this and they're deer hunting, and you feel like you got to go hunt, and you only got 15 minutes, I say you go do it. I had to meet somebody here at my house to look at something, and I had 15 minutes left, and I was like, I'm going to the stand, and literally got in the stand, ate a granola, and I kept hearing something. I got a bunch of squirrels behind the house. I needed to come kill. I got a bunch of squirrels back here, and I was just kind of sitting there, used to hearing the squirrels go, messing around, and something sounded a little different than the squirrels this time. It was that constant shuffle in the. It was the leaves were. It was kind of cool that day. The leaves were kind of crispy. Well, a doe comes in and she walks across me, in front of me about 20 yards, and she never sees me. I just put this stand up, everything, cut a tree. Like it was crazy how it happened, but I put a ladder up, and she literally walked past me like 20 yards. Jumped a creek, went around, went up a hill. She was scamper around, and then I kept hearing another like constant like shuffle, and it kept getting closer and closer. And the first thing I saw was the 9 point. Like I saw his antlers come in. I was like, there he is. And he came in, he stopped for a minute, and he's looking at doe, and the doe came back in. He pushed her around a little bit, and then he came in and he starts rubbing on the tree. And as soon as he started rubbing, I think he's about to make a scrape. I just caught him on the shoulder, man, and the Lord blessed me with a targeted buck. And so that's the cool thing about that buck is this is the first time we've owned land, and to be able to kill one on my land, a big one, means the world to me. So I was super excited that day. 185 pounds. He 19-inch spread, 9 point.
So the only downside of that is, people non-hunting people be like, "Oh, they just killing that for sport." Even my live camera in the backwoods there, you get used to seeing these deer, these animals, and you get connected to them. You get like
Mm-hmm.
you feel like, yeah, I'm going after that. I'm going to get it. And then once you achieve that, now it's going to be like, man, now I'm not going to see that joker on camera anymore. It's kind of
Yeah,
sad too.
Yeah, but then you get other ones that come through,
Yeah.
and then you kind of forget about it. But like, if you're like me or if you're like Matt, you understand. You understand the whole full circle of it. I mean,
No.
it's something you almost like. If you have a heart of the hunter, you know what you're gonna eat. Like right now, my freezer's full of deer meat, and that's all we eat until it's over. Like, and so we eat that. Um, so I mean, it's just one of those things, brother. Yeah, I get it. I understand, and you know me, I love animals.
Yeah.
I
But
don't just.
it makes a personal connection though. That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah,
makes a
yeah,
bond. Like you just not going out there just to boom and there's no connection. Like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. It's like you really did bond over that and you appreciate it twice as much.
yeah. Like Sanchez 2 years ago, the big one, the other big one I shot. That joker haunted me. He haunted
Oh,
me.
I know.
And that was the year I was having a rough time. Y'all knew I had a really rough last few years here recently, but just mentally. But that was almost that year where I was just like almost like, man, I don't know, just but it happened at the right time, like really, and to be able to kill an animal at that caliber as well, and just get to it. And when I walk up to an animal like a deer, I always give God thanks,
Yeah.
and I always give it a moment, and just thank Him and just reflect on some things, and just it's not something out there like I'm just want to kill. It's something I enjoy, and it's just something I feel like men need to do. And then it's a privilege that we get to do is go out here and just harvest animals and feed our
Yeah.
families and have the camaraderie as far as like waterfowl hunting and turkey hunting and just being out there in the woods. I know it sounds kind of cliche, and just getting away from the world, the everyday stuff and the stuff that kind of blurs and fogs your mind, and just I feel like all three of us have a certain bond with each other. I mean, me and Matt have known each other since third grade or a very long time. So,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, and I don't want to keep be the center of this right now, but me and Matt, Matt, you probably get attest to this. I never thought in my life me and you would be hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I happened to see you post something about waterfowl hunting. I was like, dude, I started waterfowl hunting too, and then we just got up and we haven't stopped hunting together since. I've
And
always,
now we're all broke.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't even pay the taxidermy, man.
But you know what you were saying earlier, you was like, you give credit to God for that.
Yeah.
This year was my first time getting a turkey.
Yeah,
Thanks to Matt. Greatly thank you.
Yeah.
But as soon as it wasn't by, I was like, thank you, Lord. Like I've been chasing turkeys for like 3 years. And Mike's been with me walking and walking and walking. I was truly grateful for that.
yeah. Matt, what
But
about the you just came back. You were still in your fatigues. You remember
Yeah.
that day?
Yeah.
And you're like, we got land here, or like, your dad's land, and like, let's go hunt. And I meet up with you. I haven't seen you in like ever, like forever, like since we graduated, I think.
Yeah.
That was like, that's where it started. No, did we waterfowl hunt first?
I
No,
think
we
we,
took.
I think we did the year before that, and then you got to talking about turkeys, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you're more into turkeys. I love the turkey hunt too. I hunt if there's a season, I'll hunt it, but
Yeah,
I'm more into deer and the ducks myself. But I was like, yeah, man, let's go. And it was
yeah.
as soon as we got out there, and that turkey was right there, hot and heavy on us on
Dude,
the limb. And I mean, as soon as we sat down, you called, I think, 2 times, and he was running at us.
I was looking at you.
Yeah.
And you was like, I was like facing you. The bird literally, you got a giant pine tree. The bird literally goes right behind it and gobbles like right here. And I remember like the shiver down my spine, and you're looking at him. Yeah, dude, that was wild.
So
Yeah,
It was
look at
real.
it.
It was real close to where Randall killed his bird too.
Yeah.
that's the hole right there, man. Like I said, it wasn't far from where I killed but it was a little bit more down, but near the creek. But it
When I
wasn't. That's the spot.
when I actually threw this up on the screen, I always thought that was a cow, but that looks like a dog with a hat now. So he said he got 158. I'm assuming that's pound white deer at 370 yards. That's awesome there.
Yeah,
But he hand loads, reloads too. But he was bringing up kind of like what you were saying. No GMOs, no preservative, no antibiotics, pure clean meat.
yeah, it's great. It's good for you. It's really good for you.
So what you brought up with Matt, you said for tease, and if nobody knows, Matt does have some military background. What force are you in?
Army.
I know that, but
What's
elaborate.
Army, about to retire, 20 years. Joined initially as a mechanic, truck mechanic, now reclassed. Changed my job to a chemical guy, Seaburn guy. So been doing that for a while. Been at Fort Jackson. Get to take the trainees every day through the gas chamber, the CS gas. It's been a fun last 4 years here.
So Fort Jackson is like close to the middle of the state of South Carolina. For the people that don't know, it kind of, I would say it was fairly close to the middle of the state. But we definitely want to say thank you for your service. And so that Jay just said that too. Jay just commented and said thank you for your service. So thank you for your service. But not that you're probably counting down, but how many days and hours and minutes do you have left?
I'm down to about 100 days right now.
We know what he's going to be doing in about 100 days. Everyday duck hunting.
Every day.
We don't have that many days right now.
No.
But next year.
He's just going to have to take some sick days.
Sick days.
How many sick days do you got?
So it's funny. I'm actually the middle of December. I'm actually signing out on leave, and I'll have 80 days of vacation. So really, I'm down to like 20-ish days left in the Army.
Nice.
Going to work wise.
See, there we go. Jeff also commented and said thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
So he's going to be retired. We're going to do some hunting. So no more falling asleep at 6:30 in the afternoon. So you do get up early. So I will give you a little bit of credit for that. You do have to be on base pretty early, but my man falls asleep on the couch about
Well, you see this? You seen this big chair I was sitting in whenever I first jumped on? I was real comfortable in it.
Yeah. So this weekend is what we call the opening weekend of Waterfowl. Typically, we don't have that great of a success as teal, but we did have some luck this year for sure. But my mama said thank you for your service too. But we get 1 week in South Carolina. It's usually Thanksgiving weekend, and it's Saturday to Saturday. So this coming Saturday, we're gonna be sharing some dirt together, boys.
Sharing dirt.
Yeah,
What you mean? What you mean by dirt?
some puff mud, man.
Oh, okay. Don't
I
send
talk
her
about
a-
that a lot on my channel. That puff mud smell. If they ever made a candle, and Yankee Candle made a puff mud smell,
I'd buy it.
whoa!
I'd buy it, brother.
Mm.
I love to smell the marsh.
As a gag gift for somebody.
I guess I'd be gagging myself.
Oh man, I try to explain puff mud smell to people that don't know what it is, but whew, man,
Eggs.
It's rough.
it is rough. So we're going to probably be heading maybe to the coast. Lake, man, I gotta pee. So I had to say, telling people about coastal hunting and tidal hunting, that is nothing to take lightly. And I am greatly appreciative of Matt knowing and understanding tides. I honestly, I think he's tried to explain it to me like 3 times, and I don't get it. So, so if somebody is wanting to get into duck hunting and they live on a coast somewhere, and I mean the coast goes all the way from Vermont all the way down to Florida and back the other way. Tidal water is nothing to play around with for sure. And you got to understand when the high tide, low tide, when to get out. Like, mean you got to leave before you're not going to have any water. But that's funny. I don't get it because if we go Saturday, we're just going to go say Saturday. If high tide is at 6 a.m. tomorrow, you would think in my head, oh, tomorrow it may be at 5:30 or it may be at 6:15. Hey, no, that's not gonna like. I don't get it. But I think maybe his military background or he just understands it better.
No,
He could tell you,
once you get beached once, you don't want to get beached again. And once you're stuck there on the mud, stranded, you're like, well, you got to learn quick, or
you ain't gonna walk in it.
no.
Listen, we have to make sure that we are right with the tide this weekend because I have to be home by 2:30 to go with the girls to Operation Christmas Child. Ashley she said you can go, but you got to be home by then. If I don't get home by 2:30, I can't tell you how the rest of my duck season is gonna be, boys. Okay, so
we're gonna do the best. We're gonna do the best.
we better.
We'll make it, Mike.
Because listen, between that and having to go to Africa, not having to, but had the privilege to go to Africa at the end of January, I won't have many days now. We got to do this right.
You're not counting on me to understand tide at all because the only thing that I can understand about tidal water is it's going this way and then it turns and goes this way. And if I see it starting to go down, that means I probably need to be packing up.
Definitely.
But at least somebody knows how to read it. So that if anybody's late, it's going to be Matt's fault.
No, we're going to get out of there before we get beached. I'm not being stuck out there in the mud.
Yeah. Well, I think because I think right there at the end of the season, we all kind of got scattered. And I was like, well, I'm going to take a ride out there, right? And I didn't look at the tide. So there was no water there until shooting time. And I was watching ducks fly over me.
Yes, and that's what I was mainly getting to, Mike. For the new people, you can't just say, "Hey, oh look, man, I'm free Saturday. I'm going to go to the coast and hunt." No, you got to look and plan your trip according to the tides.
Yeah,
Especially on a kayak.
Yes, and that's even when we say tidal water. That's sometimes 20 miles into the coast too. Because that blackish water, I mean, how many times have we seen that water really pulling? Like Matt recorded a video of me last year cutting across the water and I'm paddling as fast as I can go and not like going forward. Like I'm crossing, but I'm not making any headway because the water's just going so fast.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, for y'all.
It was a good day.
That was a good day.
For laughs.
I tried to tell you, let's just take the main river, but you wanted to take the shortcut, and the shortcut was kind of tough.
I like sightseeing.
That might be true too. So there was a shortcut. And and I guess the shortcut must have a higher arch because we had to paddle uphill both ways. So I guess the moral of the story is I guess I'm just going to have to start listening to you more often, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
sometimes.
pretty good to listen to.
Sometimes I got good ideas. Sometimes I try to I mean, the only bad idea I've had so far with you in the blind, I think, is accidentally shooting a little bit close to your ear.
What?
That's it.
Occasionally, I still hear ringing and I'll be like, hello? Hello? But in his defense, supposedly it was a pintail. That's still up for discussion. But he was shooting a over and under, which is almost like a sawed-off shotgun.
I mean, it's got a 28-inch barrel. It's just got a shorter stock than y'all. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, this year in the teal hunting, and I hadn't released that video yet because I hadn't, I don't, you know, I watched it, but I ain't ready to release it yet because season's just getting started. I might hold off a little bit. But in this video of early teal, Matt is kayaking. He went and got a bird. He is kayaking back towards me, and he's like, bird, bird. He's coming like right at me, bird. And I'm like, what? And I shoot, and he's like, so I mean, he got a little bit of payback, but it is crazy to see that on camera.
Yeah.
Jeff says, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I changed the room around a little bit. I got 2 cameras. I'm still learning how to do all this technology stuff, man. This podcast and YouTube Live is very challenging at times.
It looks good.
Yeah. But the problem is I have 2 cameras now, and earlier
that one's a little off.
Yeah, earlier the second one wasn't working too good. So I don't know. It's questionable. Like I said, I'm still learning. And the bad part is, y'all know me. I do IT for a career, and if it's challenging for me, sometimes I wonder, like should it be this hard technology wise? But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I have truly enjoyed it. I tell you, waterfowl hunting, I've definitely met some new friends. Matt, for one, you know, I never knew Matt until, you know, me and you really started hunting. But that's one thing about waterfowl hunting that I truly enjoy, is because you can get out with your buddies and talk and cut up. You know, you can't really do that in deer hunting. Well, you could, you just might not see any deer.
Well, I mean, coming back from a hunt, but you talk about during, right? You don't have to.
Yeah. So there, I got the second camera working. So now you're inside the boat. But yeah, I love waterfowl hunting for sure. Post you a pic there. Yeah. All right. See you, Jeff. But
who's all saying? Anybody saying anything? Any asking any questions that me and Matt can answer or no?
Jay said he was going to bed. He's on shutdown at the nuclear plant, and I think this is his last day of working. Man, them nuclear people, man, they do some crazy shutdown hours.
Yeah, I used to do that when I pumped concrete. I did it for Nucor. Was it Nucor or it was at Hartsville?
Right. Now he's in Georgia, so I don't remember the nuclear plant. I know it's on the Savannah River.
Gotcha.
I forgot the name.
Yeah. But so this coming Saturday, we're going Saturday. You going with us Sunday?
I got church, bro.
I already called in. I called in the you know that commercial where the man's hanging the picture or something, and his wife blows the whistle, and he calls in the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
I called in the other guy for Sunday school for this Sunday. That was the prereq for this month. Hey, I got one day, so we'll have me and Matt. I have to have a little. We'll have our own little worship out there and pray before we hunt. But Saturday and Sunday, who's going with me Monday?
Gotta work. I'll be able to catch up with y'all on Friday.
I have to check about Monday.
Come on now.
Well, I still got them 20 days left. I owe Uncle Sam. I got to check and make sure.
You're looking a little blue around the gills there. You might.
I might got oak rash again.
You need to stay out of the woods.
Yeah, it sucks.
Matt wasn't on here, so he didn't hear you.
Man, I got poison oak.
Oh my goodness.
I rubbed all in it, man. It's all up my arm. This morning my face was swole.
Oh man, I just thought about something, Matt.
Between my legs. It's bad.
Oh,
Matt,
goodness.
I pick him up on Saturday.
Yeah.
And usually the deal is, hey, I'll buy the gas. All you gotta do is drive. I'm gonna have to decom my steering wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, you want me to drive so you can get your little beauty rest.
You might as well just drive that morning, Randall, and let him drive that evening.
See, the problem is we are hunting public land, so we're gonna have to get up at hey, we might even put the moon to sleep.
Probably. What, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
It's gonna be at least 1 or 2 o'clock.
What did I tell y'all? The high tide was gonna be 2:30, 2:45, something like that.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Man, we might as well not even go to sleep and just go on. I pick you up Friday night and we eat at Huddle House somewhere.
Biscuitville, bro. That's my new spot.
Yeah, but they only open like,
I know,
4 hours a day. Yeah.
But if we ever are around Biscuitville, that's my new spot.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. Them chicken and waffles are pretty daggone good.
And they got the breakfast platter. You got freaking pancakes, grits, eggs. Shoot. Matt, what you thinking, boy? Or
I'm an hour closer.
Wait a minute.
Well, from where we plan on going, I'm like 40 minutes closer than y'all. And then Randall going to pick you up, so I'll probably be at the spot putting in before y'all get there. I'll probably be at the spot holding it down.
Mike got
y'all even get there.
He got so excited about Buc-ee's that when the camera even rotated on him.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt's going to secure the bag.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, Mike. We could leave a little bit early Friday night. Might as well just say like midnight, and we just stop at Buc-ee's.
It's possible. I gotta wait till my wife goes to bed first. So
give her some Benadryl.
Just make sure you bring me a cup of coffee, Randall.
No, sir. I bring you 2 cups of coffee.
That'd be fine.
Because you are Butterfingers with a cup of coffee.
Well, I got the new thermos that floats if you knock it in the water, so it's good.
Oh, sweet. You know what else I've been addicted to, too, man? It's totally off my diet, but is those freaking Debbie cake Christmas trees.
Oh, man. Them things are like crack cocaine.
They don't even taste good, but they taste good. It doesn't make any sense.
I just spoke on that last week when me and my wife went out to eat at lunch and they didn't have no Dr. Pepper, so I stopped to get me a drink. And they put them Christmas trees right beside the cash register.
Yeah.
And I got one and I put it in the console. I'm like, you want to buy it? She's like, nah, them things are nasty. And then she looked at the back and she's like, you know how much sugar's in here? You know how many calories are in here? No, I don't care. I don't care. Because when you eat that Christmas tree, it's like, and then you feel like crap. But,
yeah.
But I don't know. I love the Christmas trees. And the one I found was the big ones.
Those are better.
But back in our younger days, that was normal size. Now them little ones that come in the box, man, them are like my kid size.
Well, maybe when we were younger, they looked like they were big.
Possibly. But the Big Macs used to be bigger. We're gonna go there and say the Big Macs used to be bigger.
Yeah, I don't eat that mess.
I tried that Big Mac chicken thing and nah. Skip on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we need to leave out definitely a little bit earlier because if Matt don't have truck problems.
Matt, you having truck problem?
I did one during teal season.
Oh.
We had to we took off. Randall met me here. We loaded up in my truck. We made it 5 minutes down the road and had to turn around and come back and take his truck.
Oh shoot.
Had a small crack in the radiator, and I was like, nope, this ain't happening.
Yeah.
Every bell and every whistle was going off on the truck.
No.
It not only every bell and every whistle went off, it went into limp mode. Like he couldn't go over like 10 miles per hour.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
And then the man drives past his house twice.
I could hear you right now.
Yeah, I was freaking out.
Cigarette in your hand and cussing.
Yeah, I was freaking out.
No, I don't recall him even getting mad. Now the cigarette, yes, but he wasn't even mad. It was just like you could see it though, and I went, well, that was the first street that we turned down.
I was in panic mode, man. I was like, oh my gosh, we're trying to get down there. There's gonna be other people there. The hurricane had come through, so I was like, what if trees are down and roads are blocked or whatever? I think that was both our big problem. He was like, well, we need to get there kind of early in case the roads is blocked and we got to find another way around. And when we pulled up to the first road to the ramp, there was trees down everywhere. So we went around to the second road and trees were still down, but somehow like we made it by what, Randall, 6 inches past that one big tree and made it in
easily.
And he was like, oh man, it's fine. We could park at this far one and just drag the kayaks. I'm thinking to myself, good gracious, I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah.
See, I had the motivation that day.
Yeah, that sounds a little off. Randall on a drag kayaks.
I was ready, son. I was ready. I'm pumped this year. Pumped. There is only one and a half. That's 1.5. I don't know, whatever. There's 1.5 birds on my list this year. A pintail and a widgeon. And the widgeon is only like halfway. So if I don't get a widgeon, I'm okay. But the pintail is the one bird that I am chasing this year.
Well, there is possibilities to that draw hunt for us to kill
We ain't
something.
even started talking about that yet. But look, this is what I want to show y'all right here. Right here. Let me change my camera view. Look at that. Bam. Look at that. What's on that duck stamp this year? What's on that?
It's a pintail.
It is destiny. It is destiny. It's going to happen this year, fellas.
Isn't that the name of a band?
Destiny. Destiny's Child. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
No, that's TLC, dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But don't chase them neither. What did Destiny's Child sing?
Scrubs? No, that's TLC too.
That's still TLC, Mike.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, now I'm 0 for 1. You're 0 for 1. All right, Matt.
Well, don't ask me what Destiny Child sings. I have no idea.
Single ladies. That's Beyonce.
Yeah.
All right, we ain't talking about her.
We're getting off track. We're getting off track.
Yeah. Duck to nothing else.
What
is Dew coming? Is Dew coming?
Dew is coming Saturday. Dennis, I talked to Dennis. He's on the fence. He don't know if he's gonna get to come or not. He's got a big deer on camera. He's probably gonna be chasing a deer, but Lance is coming.
Nice. Sweet.
It'd be good to have him back since he moved out to Nebraska.
Last time I saw Dew, we was coming down the Catawba, froze to death. It was the day it snowed.
Yep.
in a
will.
bass boat. Duck hunting in a bass boat, bro.
Yep. It works.
Yeah, those good days.
So Randall, your wish list is a pintail this year. What about you, Mike?
Pintail would be nice. I would like to see a redhead. You know,
That
just
would
get them.
that would fit nice in my diver collection here. I would love to see a redhead too.
Black ducks or whatever. You know, either just decent kills. You know, no goose eggs.
Yeah. I'm gonna sound crazy. I told somebody this yesterday. I think it's not really my wish list, but I really want to kill a spoony drake and get it mounted. I've killed plenty of them, lost them, killed some hens and found them, but I could never get my hands on the drake. Sounds crazy, but I'm
Nah,
trying to get that Hollywood.
nah. You probably our chances are pretty high on those. I mean, I'm pretty confident to say, draw hunt or where we're hunting now is high possibility. Especially those pictures I showed y'all of the guy. I mean, they were pretty.
All right,
Um,
so let's talk about that draw hunt. So for the past 3 years, I have
I hope you get
did the
one.
initiative to get us in a draw hunt, and it took us 3 years to get a draw hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally get in South Carolina they have certain dedicated spots that they call draw hunts. You got to pay $20. You pick a list of all these places you want to hunt, and magically something in the background magically randomly puts points, and you get certain areas. And you got to pick random dates too, because you don't know when you're ever going to get picked or what spot. So we looked up and got a really good spot on a Saturday. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like I was happy that we got this spot for
on a
one,
Saturday.
and then it's on a Saturday. So what that means is nobody has to take off work
Yeah,
to go hunt.
I was worried because I was holding on to my comp time.
Yeah. So with these lottery hunts, these are DNR, like they are not open public land. They are game management. Um, I wouldn't say they're refuge, but they are. They only allow like hunts on Monday, Wednesday, and like say Saturday. Like they don't overhunt them. They are definitely like flooded. They are prepped and maintained by the state.
Yeah, it's
So
conservation. They work on the they do a lot of the conservation there. So they
right,
stage it's the impoundments or whatever that they flood, and
right.
yeah, the only way you're gonna be able to hunt is if you're drawed and it's not overhunted at all, and they keep them fed. And um, the only reason I butted in, and I'm sorry, is because we did the East last time, and it's pretty cool. They it's almost like they cater to you. Like as long as you got your license and 25 bullets, and you pretty much can do whatever you want. They take you where you're gonna go on a little carriage, and they say, hey, this is your spot. You got a big old area to hunt. Don't go past that. Don't get past that because there's gonna be other guys. Um, but you got like it's the area that you have to hunt is huge. Like you got plenty of area to move and readjust, and it's absolutely it's probably other than the Outer Banks. It was one of the best hunts I've ever been on in my life.
Well, I hope it's like that this year because we all got the email today, and if you read the email, it talks about hey, you're going to be taken to this spot, you're going to be put in a boat, and then it tells you about boating in the marsh and paddling and this and that, and I'm like, this is straight up what we do like every weekend. Like
Yeah,
this is us. This is what we do. We paddle, we do the marsh, we know the puff muds. So I mean, this is like we should feel like at home.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So
And
I hope to record it for sure.
yeah, yeah, we've definitely got to. If I feel like December 21st, because whenever we hunted it, it was like, and when I say we hunted, it was like I I was lucky enough to get draw the first time I tried, but that was like 12 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. But I won't ever forget the first time I stepped. Like they dropped you off. I was totally oblivious to it. Did not know what to do or expect. And my green has grown a little bit in duck hunting, so now I really it's going to be different. But man, the skies were black for about an hour.
But I
And
mean,
it was hot too. It was like 60 degrees that day, December 12th, I think. It was like the first Saturday it came back open. So,
and we're going on a Saturday, December the 21st. That's like 3 weeks,
it's coming.
maybe 3.5.
It's kind of scary because Christmas, and I still got to get stuff.
Yeah, we got like 3.5 weeks, and we're gonna be hunting this oasis. I ain't gonna lie, when because Matt texted me or face messenger, whatever, something. He's like, "Hey, did they pick yet?" And I'm like, "Well, today was the end cutoff date." And then then I'm starting to look like, man, I'm looking on these Facebook groups to see if anybody else got picked. And then the next day goes by, and the next day, and then I get an email, and I'm like, I guess we didn't win. And then when I opened it, I'm not gonna lie, I was like a little schoolgirl. I was a little giddy. And then like one of the spots that we really wanted, we got, and it was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean that's big for people that work. So I mean,
didn't I say I was like, man, we really want to get the East or the West, either one, the Santee Deltas. That's what we want right there.
yeah.
Yep.
So I am looking forward to that hunt. I hope it's cold.
Me too.
So
Be warm.
I hope these guys are following that's out west and up in Canada. If y'all could go ahead and make sure y'all push all the birds to us, we won't shoot them all. We can only shoot 6 each.
I'm gonna make a promise to you too, man. If you kill a Hollywood, I'm gonna get the best picture of you with that duck.
Yeah, I'm hoping this year is it.
So I feel like it's gonna happen.
Welcome, real heavy. So can push you some cold, brother. We'll take some cold. So when me and Matt went fishing, man, when was that? 2 months ago. We went down there.
I think it was August because it was before teal season.
Yeah, that's true. So we went down there and we ran out of bait because somebody was feeding some flounders. I mean, as soon as he threw it out there, they were gone. So we ran out of bait and we went to the store there. And as soon as he stepped on the platform, I start yelling, Matt, there goes a shoveler.
It was
a massive right out of the marshes. I'm like, would you just look at it? Would you? Didn't even get it on camera. So Palmetto fowl, we got Delta East.
No, we got Delta West.
West. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asking?
Yeah, Palmetto. He's got a YouTube channel too.
Sweet.
He's down there where some big old snakes are. Real heavy said, aim small, miss small.
That's Dennis.
Dennis. Okay.
What up, man? You want to join? So Palmetto said he got drawn for Delta East in January.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be a good one too.
Sweet. Heck yeah, man.
Is it his first time hunting a lottery hunt? Palmetto, your first time?
So there's like a 20 to 30 second delay. So he probably hadn't heard us yet.
Okay.
So Dennis said, I got a mouthful of God's chicken at the moment. He said, yes, third year putting in. That's same with us as a group. Supposedly, as a group, you get more points or something. I'm not 100% sure if that's even true or not.
So funny thing at Santee Delta East, I did shoot a shoveler, but it was a juvenile, and then a guy that was hunting not too far from me. It was an older gentleman. He had a Labrador with him. He shot a banded shoveler over there on the east.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Palmetto said he's been putting in as single.
Yeah, this will be my first draw hunt ever. Me and years ago, I can't remember what year it was, probably 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. I put in for me and Dennis, and we never got drawn. And I was like, man, I'm not putting in for no more draw hunts. That's why when you asked me a couple years ago, like, oh man, I'm pushing for draw hunting, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. It wasn't gonna
Yeah,
get my hopes up, but we finally got it now.
feels like you donating $20 to the state government.
Yeah.
But like Mike was talking about earlier, I don't remember the guy's name. Is it something German?
German wildlife, whatever, but DNR tags him. I guess he's a conservative there.
So he manages a lot of that land down there.
He's the wildlife biologist, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You're right.
And he's doing a really, really great job in the state. Like most of these impoundments and stuff got tore up by the hurricanes and they didn't fix the levees. If you follow him on Instagram, they're constantly putting in the elbow grease to get these places restored for the duck hunters.
Yeah.
So I definitely,
Dude,
if you
should try to get him on.
I tried.
He ain't doing it.
Nah. He says you have to go through his boss lady and DNR. They don't do anything live. Like I went down the avenue, like they and I'm fine with pre-recording, but they have to record it and then you have to submit it and then they have to, rewatch it to make sure nothing falls in. There's too many strings attached.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really cool to get him on there. I mean, could you imagine the wealth of knowledge he's got?
I guess
I think he could not only tell us more that probably could improve our duck hunting, but
I think the biggest thing that we need to focus on this year is just hide a little bit better.
That's what I was going to say, hide and then hide some more. That's what they always say,
My biggest thing is like, if I feel like if I can't see, like, you know what I mean? But I feel like me personally, I hide better.
But I think we're going to have some decoys out Saturday. So if you're watching this, y'all boys wanting to compete with us, you better have some decoys with you this year. Because we're going to have like 14 dozen out. Them birds going to fly over. They're going to look like Charlotte Airport. That was a toilet paper dispenser.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my water jug.
But yeah, I don't even know how many decoys we're gonna put out yet.
Just play it, see what we got.
I thought about bringing my second kayak just for storage.
A sled. You know what we need to get is a sled.
I know. They say that you can use a cement mixer, like what they got on the job site. Jeff said that was a boat anchor. He liked your boat anchor. Drew said he has one, a sled. But the thing that they mix when they make it bricking houses and stuff, it's the same thing. You can get them at Home Depot for like half the price of a jet sled.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. You can clean crawl spaces up and all that stuff too.
Correct.
Yep.
And you can get them like real cheap at Home Depot.
I might have to go buy that this weekend.
I don't know what the name of them are.
Something.
I know they're for cement. I don't want maybe a sled. Maybe they call them a sled too. Nah. I was trying to Google it. But that's the cheap version. Because I'm looking at them now on Cabela's, the brand name is $189. For $189, I will get on Facebook Marketplace, find a kayak, and just cut the top off of it.
Nah.
Or just bring a second kayak tied to you to slow your butt down.
Oh, these bad boys.
Oh, Lord. You're going to need them bad boys when you're pedaling in that puff mud when the tide goes out.
It's been rough here. I haven't been as active in the last 2 weeks. I feel a little sluggish, but I'll be getting up at 4 in the morning and going to the gym in the mornings. We'll see what happens. I gotta get fit for duck season.
You know, I say that every year about turkey
Dun, dun,
season.
dun, 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 dun.
Well,
Yeah.
Palmetto wants to say y'all hunting coastal this weekend or local. We definitely going. We're going down to coastal lake. Man, I gotta pee.
We'll be over in that way.
We're going to be east of 95.
East of 95.
Do we even have?
We can meet you somewhere afterwards and talk about how good we did. All of us, every one of us. See what did we see? What did we do?
Palmetto, if I'm not mistaken, aren't you in Hartsville, right?
Let's become friends.
No. I'm pretty sure it's hard to keep YouTubers where their current locations are. I'm pretty sure he's near Hartsville.
Are you supposed to say where they're supposed to be?
Yes, Hartsville. So that's what I thought. So Palmetto,
just tell him where he lives. Tell him what his house looks like too.
It's a brick house on 400 acres. He sometimes
I drive a Pinto. It's neon green.
Anyway, what I'm getting at, Mike, there is a spot that me and you used to go to in Lake Robinson all the time.
That place is
and
nice.
I would take and make videos, and he's like, "Oh man, that's in my backyard." So he knows about the crazy people that live on that power line. So not only does he know them crazy people, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going down there either." So that's like his backyard.
So last year, guys that we worked with still hunted over, and they still parked in that spot, and they went, and I think a couple dudes killed like some teal over there.
Yeah, he says.
I was like, never seen teal over there. I was always mallards or woodies.
He says, I live 2 miles from the ramp and I don't hunt there. Yeah, I thought that was like his backyard. Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on in that woods.
But man, that is a good spot to hunt.
I know. I mean, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, like I have thought about going down that dirt road. And it's like some kind of in camp, I don't know, some weirdness.
People squat. That's where people squat, like homeless people squat.
Correct. Yes.
That's all right.
But I want to give them like $20. Hey, I want to give you $20 if you like safe passage. Let me go down there and don't flatten my tires.
$20, man.
Yeah, keep the other hobos away from my truck.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I give you $20 to let me come by, and I give you another $20 so you don't let any other hunter.
So Randall, we could just get in your boat and go to the ramp and go straight down.
That's true. We did that.
Yeah. That problem solved. You ain't gotta worry about them.
The only downside to that is them daggone lily pads. I have never seen so many lily pads.
I have seen a girl. We used to go to church with her. Her name's Leah. Pull out a 10-pound bass out of that water.
I can 100% believe it.
100%, Matt. Big old one. Bucket mouth.
He says Matt is the kingpin on horse trading.
What?
Dennis says you are the kingpin on horse trading. Horse trading to get us into that spot.
I'm telling you, we show up every morning. If there's hobos in the parking lot where we park, and if we see them, like, hey man, here's 2 cigarettes, a $10 bill, and a cup of coffee. Just don't mess with this truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not down to say that I guarantee you there's probably some really good turkeys down there too.
I heard him. I heard him on a roost over there.
I mean, all them pine trees down there is probably some massive turkeys.
There are birds out there. That's where me and Jimmy go. I need y'all to meet Jimmy. He's awesome.
Then it says 3 laying hens for free passage.
That's it.
I don't know what a hen is in that reference.
A chicken.
Long as it ain't. Oh, some of your chickens. Oh. At the moment, I might
think about this thing too hard.
I might would give up 3 laying hens myself.
You got plenty.
That's what I told my wife the other day. I said, this economy gets better. We might have to get rid of some of these chickens because it might be cheaper to get the eggs in the grocery store. He said, Palmetto says, there's honestly no telling what you will run into down that dirt ramp. Definitely sketchy at times. There is a mobile home, a camper parked in the middle of that road in a ditch with like all the windows busted out. Like, how did they get it down there?
Hey, look, now that we know Heavy's watching, you got to ask him if he coming Saturday.
You coming, boy?
He can leave the deer alone for one Saturday and come on.
I mean, I just looked it up on the weather app. Deer is not in the forecast.
And see,
Dennis,
me and Dennis has been talking about it. Dennis has been losing weight, got in shape. I told him that him and Mike got the race because I know you're gonna be pulling up the back, Randall. I mean, but you are in a sit down, you're in a sit in kayak, and we in a sit on top kayak, so there is a difference.
Well, I mean, the last time I got on top of a kayak, it didn't fare out too good for me.
Yeah.
So Randall has his own soundtrack when he gets in there. You ever hear like on TikTok or whatever, and you see somebody doing something and you hear like the background music like a whistling like do 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 do. That's Randall in his kayak.
Yep, elevator music.
Hey, man, it's like a Peterbilt.
Mine's that freaking. Mine's that Metallica song, Fuel. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me something. Come on, baby. We got to go.
That is also probably true. He said, man, it's going to be cold. I ain't got nothing. He said, materials to hunt yet after this life change with a dang chicken biscuit. Yeah, he did lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, so, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, I was fixing to say the same thing, man. Heck yeah, I need to lose some myself, but I mean, like he really hit it hard.
He did.
Yeah, me and him was the ones at the back kayak, and now it's just gonna be me. But again, I am the oldest one in the group.
Ain't nothing but a number.
He said he lost 105 pounds. Wow.
That's awesome.
Wow. So now that he lost 105 pounds, he's gonna have some extra room for all them decoys we carry Saturday.
Yes.
So I got a question for Palmetto since he's close to that spot. What when you hunted over there, if you did, what have you killed over there? Just curious because I've seen woodies and mallards pulled out of there. Just curious to see because I know people say teal, but I've never saw any there. If you hear this.
Yeah, that's the only downside is because everything's got to upload and then go to the clouds and then come back down. There's a good 20, 30-second delay. But
Yeah.
we've been on for an hour and a half. I'm gonna let him type that answer in for sure. I do
Okay.
greatly appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all have seen some of these people that's on here in a bunch of videos, pictures.
You want me to pray it out?
Dennis said, if you're Mike, you stay in the clouds. So Palmetto said, Woody's mostly, ringnecks in years past, bufflehead, of course, mergansers, occasionally a mallard. I seen a couple teal get shot.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, ringnecks are kind of. Yeah, I love shooting ringnecks too.
So Palmetto, and like I said, I know he lives like very close. Is that in the upper part of the water where it's shallow,
In the
or is
back.
it? Do you ever see anybody hunting in the bigger part of that water? He said, I actually watched someone shoot a drake can on an afternoon hunt there 3 years ago. Some kids shot a blonde mallard out of there. Wow, that'd definitely be a wall hanger.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to dust off the old paddles a little bit and head back there this year.
Nah, we got too many good spots.
See, I could get you to them local spots on a Sunday. We can
No.
go hunt and be back before church.
Nah, that won't really work. Cause I'm part of a ministry there now, so I gotta be there.
So he said yes up at the head, and he shot the blondie mallard on the big water. He actually cleaned it because he didn't realize what it was. Wow.
Dang.
Some days it'd be like that.
Cool. Like I said, man, we got too many. Like I said, dude, we put miles in last year. We got too many places where we doesn't feel good about one spot. We just go to another spot.
Talking about miles, this is how it's going to be. We're going this whole week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Abby, go ahead.
Possibly Thanksgiving morning, the day after Thanksgiving is Saturday. Then December the 3rd, 4th, somewhere around in there, I'm going to Oklahoma. Yep. A couple days in Oklahoma. But on the way back, because since it's so far, we're stopping halfway in Reelfoot Lake. Huh. Going to hunt a couple. I mean, you got to stop halfway.
How convenient.
I mean, it is convenient that it's halfway. I mean, terrible that Reelfoot Lake is halfway.
Let my car just take a left.
You had that problem too?
No, I ain't had that problem yet.
So going to Reelfoot Lake, and then when I get back, we're going to the draw. So somewhere in all of that mileage, I'm going to have to do another oil change. So Palmetto said he put 7,000 miles on his truck last duck season.
Dang.
I think he might have had
South Carolina?
We had a lot too. We put a lot too.
I guarantee we did. I mean, you think to the coast and back, that's 350 miles.
Yeah.
150. 150. He said he went to Maryland and Arkansas too.
Okay.
See, I'd have a hard time getting these two guys up to Maryland, the old goose capital of the world.
I ain't worried about no stinking goose.
See, there we go. I knew it was coming. Oh, goosey goose. He wasn't talking about you. He wasn't talking about you. I mean, I'm just going to say that goose that I called in for you was about here to that boat, and we both missed.
Yeah.
It was pretty embarrassing for the both of us.
I'll probably be able to do that. Like, we'll probably be able to go hunt Catawba on a Sunday if I can get back in time. Which, if you're that good spot on Catawba.
All right, it's a date.
But you got your boat.
Absolutely, it's ready. I I got to put the blind on it.
That little corner over there, remember?
Yep.
Cool.
Right beside the tree where the other tree was.
Yeah.
But not the tree that I hit.
The Catawba in Charlotte.
Yeah, not the tree that I hit with my boat prop and bent the propeller. So not that tree at the boat ramp.
Did you just say propellers?
Propeller. The propeller.
Propellers.
I mean, how do you like hit a stump at the boat ramp?
You don't know what you're going to hit over there, dude. They found a body off of Bethel Boat Landing over there.
I know. That is some nasty water.
He was already a skeleton 3 years later, but it's wild.
Yeah. Well, we've been on an hour and a half. I greatly appreciate it. We got to get y'all back in here again. So let's go ahead and put it on the calendar after the draw hunt.
All right.
I'm down.
We're going to talk about Matt getting his shoveler and me getting my pintail. And you getting a can. Or a redhead.
A red. All right, cool. You want me to pray us out?
Yeah, you can. So before you do that, I greatly appreciate everybody coming in. We had a couple new people that scrolled through. So every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. So go check that out. Remember, Mike has a YouTube channel. It's the Mike Green.
The Mike Green.
The Mike Green. Not a fake copy of it. So, all right. Well, you hit us up, and then at the end there, when he gets done, it's gonna be a word from my sponsors, and y'all make sure you have a safe hunting season this year, especially for the South Carolina boys. You know, just take it easy. It is public. Try not to get in a fight. We almost saw that last year on a public land, and then we saw the videos of people fighting. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth the dope. So y'all stay safe. All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right, Father, I just thank you so much for just being able to enjoy the outdoors, what you provided for us to just go out and just enjoy nature and wildlife, and just to be able to have the privilege just to hunt and take animals and feed our families with them, and just have the camaraderie, and just, as life gets busy out there, we do have the privilege to get, together, a few days out of the year just to be with each other and just hang out with each other and catch up with life and just love on each other and just laugh and cry and, all the good, bad, and ugly. We can just, be there for each other. And Lord, I just ask you, Father, just to be with each and every one of the duck hunters out there, the hunters in general, and just watch and protect them. Be with them, God, and just bless their families, and watch and protect us as we take the road to go see the world in South Carolina and chasing ducks and deer and turkeys and everything else, Lord. And I thank you so much for everything. I thank you for dying on the cross for us, despite how dirty we feel and how sinful we feel, Father. You died on the cross for us, God, and we just know that you are there anytime anytime we need you. You are there. And Lord, I just thank you so much, Father. In the name of Jesus, amen.
All right. I'll see y'all bright and early this weekend, fellas.
Love you guys.
See y'all.
Yeah.
Matthew Knight with Satura Investors out of Charlotte. There's the information. The link to his website is scrolling across the banner down at the bottom, and it's also in the description. Today's episode is about helping business owners and working professionals like you who share a passion for the outdoors shooting sports, zeroing them in to their long-term financial goals. So if you need any information or contact or any other questions, contact Matthew. Also go check out Salt Creek Ammo. This triple curl TSS is some of the best TSS I have ever shot. This is for waterfowl edition. It's made full waterfowl. So if you're going to shoot a species that you've been chasing for a long time, don't use no cheap ammo. You pay good money to go on a trip. You got great guns. Don't cheap out on cheap ammunition. This TSS is amazing. It's got number 7s, number 8s, and he has number 9s. So go check out saltcreekammo.com. Here you will find any kind of ammo you're looking for. He has custom loads, TSS in 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, low pressure ammunition. You got predator ammunition, turkey ammunition, anything you're looking for, give Keith a call. Also to the channel, Kicks Industries, most people will know them as Kick Chokes, has came on board, and I have done a bunch of series lately on waterfowl choke tubes, turkey choke tubes, deer choke tubes. So go check out Kick's website for all of the chokes that can fit your guns. Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC, has partnered up with the channel. It is your go-to provider for all your hauling needs. They are not just any hauling service. They are an active DOT interstate hotshot hauling provider. Flint Ridge Service, LLC, prides itself in its reliable transportation services. This team ensures that your cargo is delivered safely and on time no matter the distance. Whether you need to transport goods across the county or state line, they have the capacity and the expertise to meet your hauling needs. Equipped with a smooth riding 40-foot air ride equipped trailer and a max hauling capacity of 20,000 pounds, there's no load too big or too small that they can't handle. Look no further than Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC.